So the first thing I'm going to do when I do this next step, step 4, is I am going to do another color check. You can pick any corner that you want because any of the 8 corners is going to have either red or orange on them. And whichever color it does have on it, this one has red, uh, I'm going to move it so that the red is facing up. So I can just take this where the red is facing towards me and just rotate this whole slice so that the red is pointing up. And now with this red pointing up, I can see a little indication of which colors are going to need to go where. This red has blue and white on it, so I can put blues here in this center and white here in this center. I will be able to solve the cube because these corners cannot change what colors they have on them. So if I assembled the centers and I had red, but I had white over here and blue over here, that would make this cube completely impossible to solve. So you can do this color check, and that will let you know that you're putting things in the right place. And once you do the color check, you don't have to worry about keeping that corner there. You can put that corner there every time you need to remind yourself, but you don't need to worry about keeping it there. And I am going to just start working it so that these two blues that I see are over where blue needs to be. And I also coincidentally ended up with a white where white needs to be. Let me see if I can get another white. Yep, there's another white. And let me put these both in the upper hemisphere so that I can just give myself a little indication of what I'm working on. Red goes here, blue goes here, and white goes here. Here, let's see what we can slide back and forth to see if we can get any more. We already have another white pair over here, so white is going to be pretty easy to solve, and now we just have to figure out where is the other blue centerpiece and how do we pair it with this blue centerpiece. This blue centerpiece is on the lower right side. Here is the other blue, and it is currently on the lower left side, but I would like it to be on the upper right side so that I can just bring this blue over, pair it together, bring it back down, and that will solve both the blue and the white. So red, white, and blue. We had that red, white, and blue corner to check. I don't know where it went. It doesn't much matter, but here it is over here. Here, bring the red up to the red side and the blue back over to the blue side. So yeah, that is the corner check that let us realize that we needed red up top, white over here, and blue on this side. So we now have orange and red on opposite sides, and we have blue and white, and so all that's left is yellow and green, and we need to figure out which one needs to be yellow and which one needs to be green. There's no, right now we have it so that 3 greens are over on one side and 3 yellows are over on one side, but there's no guarantee that this needs to be yellow and this needs to be green. It could be the other way around where this needs to be green and this needs to be yellow. We need to find something that has green or yellow on it and do a color check. This corner, we need to find a corner that has green or yellow and do a color check. This corner happens to have green, yellow, and red. So all we would need to do to use this this is the perfect corner to do a corner check because it has green and yellow. We just need to set the red so that it is facing the same direction as the center here. And we can just do this and it's facing the same direction as the center. And now that we have this red up top, we just need to bring the green and the yellow around to be in between these two, the green and the yellow centers that we have, so we can see which side needs to point which way. Here's red, here's green, and here's yellow. So the green actually does need to be this with the three greens, and the yellow does need to be this with the three yellows. We just need to figure out how we can swap the one misbehaving green and the one misbehaving yellow. First thing I would be tempted to try, and again, once you do your color check, you don't need to keep this corner here. It's just there to do a color check, and then you can, it doesn't matter. So first thing I'd be tempted to do is to flip this green-yellow pair upside down and see if that lines it up so that I can slide these two together and make another green-yellow pair. And yes, it looks like that will work. Having the yellow on the left side and the green on the right side will work with the yellow on the left side and the green on the right side up in the upper hemisphere. So let's slide these two together and make ourselves a pair, and then set them horizontal and set these already are horizontal, but when we bring this back to where it was, now we have each one has a green and yellow pair, and we need to figure out which one. I need to do that color check all over again. Bring this red back up to the red top, because I have already forgotten which one needs to be green. This one needs to be green, and this one needs to be yellow. So we need to push the yellow out of here and replace it with a green. So let's line up the yellows so that they are in the same lane. And we're going to use one yellow to push out the other yellow. Then we're going to spin this around so that it's green that comes back instead of yellow. And we're going to have that same familiar pattern that we had before. Green on the right side, green on the left side. Yellow on the right side, yellow on the left side. It doesn't matter so much which side, left or right, but it matters that you have this staggered pattern so that when you bring this green back down where it goes, there you go, presto, the green and the yellow solve each other. And looking around just to double check, blue is still alright, white is still alright. That is the completion of phase one. Just for no particular reason, you can do a color check or two. Here is red, green, yellow again, and if I put it with the red side on where the red centers are and take the green over to where the green centers are, yellow is still good. And if you want to do your last final double check, probably don't need to, but if you want to, you see what is the complete opposite corner, and that is over here, and what I have is blue, orange, white. So let me see if I can find the blue, orange, white corner. Here it is. And let me see if I can put it in such a way that the blue is with the blue side, and then swing it around between the white and the orange. And yes, I do in fact see that blue is good, orange is good, and white is good. So we have solved all 6 centers of this 4x4 cube, and they are all in the right place. That's very important before you move on to phase 2, that they are all in the right place, because if you, for example, had red and orange centers solved, but they were right next to each other, this cube would be completely unsolvable. And so yeah, it's a good idea to do some color checks if you don't know which colors need to be opposite which colors, and also it's a good idea to do a color check if you are not completely sure what needs to be left or right of each other, because you could have all 6 with the opposites green is opposite blue and white is opposite yellow, and still have them in the wrong place. For example, you would have white and blue swapped, and then you would have yellow and green swapped, and you still would not be able to solve the cube. So, yeah, if you're not absolutely positive that you know what you're doing, a good color check every once in a while can definitely help you. That is phase one of how to solve a 4x4, getting all the centers so that they are solved. Please join us for phase two in the next video. Thank you for watching Cube Puzzle Fun. Hope you're having fun with the cube puzzles. They're a lot more fun once you know how to solve them. My rap name is Alex, and I will see you in the next one.